You're watching the FARC Elite Series, fueled by Smash Beer on OEN. Brought to you this week by Carl's Superstores, proud sponsor of FARC Racing and the Carl's P1 Award. Carl's Superstores, your store, your life. Qualifying is over and the field is set for the season opening Smash Beer 200. 42 cars will take the green. We will get to our highlights of the qualifiers and the starting lineup shortly, but first, the FARC Duck Roll Super Series race wrapped up just a couple hours ago. Stanley Parsons took the victory. Unfortunately, the race was marred by a couple of severe incidents, including Casey Lester and Tristan Bain coming together with about 8 laps to go and colliding with the end of the pit wall. Both drivers had to be extracted from their cars and airlifted to the hospital. We are currently unsure of their medical conditions, but we definitely are thinking about them this weekend. Riley Durbin, who was scheduled to start second in the Smash Beer 200, was also involved in a pretty serious accident where he took a big hit to his left side. Fortunately, he was able to climb out of his car with some assistance from the track crew. However, he has not been medically cleared to start the Smash Beer 200. His cousin Ike Durbin, at the moment, is scrambling to get himself acquainted and fitted into the 38 Focusata sports car. But if it's any consolation, Riley Durbin will keep the 9 points that he gained for qualifying second. And now here are the highlights of the 4 qualifying races that took place yesterday to sort out the 95 cars that entered. Stanley Parsons led the field to the green in C main number 1, after which the top 16 would transfer to the B mains. Allie Riggs puts AJ Young into the wall. On the opening lap, Young spins in front of the field. Watch Aaron Singer in the 1. He goes up and over. Tommy Ashby in the 47A tried to get through, but Aaron Singer just popped up right in front of him. And that's going to destroy the front end of the 47A, Ashby's Super Series car, as Aaron Singer takes a wild ride down the backstretch. Tommy Ashby would not be able to start the Super Series race. The skirmish about halfway through the race puts Lucy Barnton, Gabriel Messina, and Ashley Tucker into the wall. And while that was going on, we had a 5-car breakaway for the race lead, and Matt Duncan in the 31 is going to remain up front and take C main number 1. Trey Ashby in the other Jinx Racing car led the field to the start of C main number 2. Ashby was passed at the start by Luke Pellerin and Frank Asher, and then those two were caught up to by Rick Head, who started 13th but then took the lead on lap 3. Rick Head, making his debut with the Black Diamond team, was determined to keep the lead however he could, which includes turning lapped cars right in front of his competition and cutting them off. Rick Head would go on to dominate the caution-free second C main. Already, I think he's going to be a guy to look out for. Shane Williams in the 44 for MT Motorsports leads at the start of the first B main, after which the top 19 would transfer to the Smash Beer 200. Bigsby Foot's going to find himself in the wall as a 5-wide situation goes horribly wrong. Some of the back markers are going to pile into this one. And that's going to be the end of Bigsby Foot's weekend. Shortly after the restart, Shane Williams finds himself in a Sergio Power sandwich. He spins in front of the field. Alex Witt, not much he could have done there. And Bill Calhoun comes smashing into the side of the 44. And that's going to take the both of them out. Bill Calhoun was supposed to start the Super Series race in that car, but not anymore. Riding on board with Kenny Brillin, who fell behind and now comes upon the accident scene. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take these free positions. Thank you very much. Tammy Barnton and Kevin Monroe duel for the lead, but Barnton's going to pinch Monroe and take herself into the wall. And Barnton's debut weekend with Tom Delgado Racing goes up in smoke. And after the following restart, Taylor Brillin does the same thing with Brian Sendak in the other Black Diamond car. Sendak does not take too kindly to that and turns Brillin into the infield on the next lap. Brillin smashes into the infield wall, but she keeps her foot in the throttle and keeps going and remains in position to qualify for the 200. Brillin and Sendak were summoned to race control as Rip Tyler and Zach Webster duel for the lead, but Rip Tyler leads a Sergio Power 1-2 at the checkered flag. Now on to B main number 2, the final qualifier. Tom Delgado Racing teammates Harry Enola and CYRUS LATERZA lead the field to the green. Enola jumps ahead of the Hornet's Nest behind him, and it would all come crashing down as Brad Carlisle, the rookie shootout winner, gets spun out right in front of the field. That's Matt Pearson in that blue car getting a piece of that, and everybody piles in as Brad Carlisle gets shoved onto his roof. Carlisle's going to slide onto the grass and land on top of Todd Stater. Carlisle is still locked into the Smash Beer 200, but that 83 car's destroyed. Desert Star is going to have to scramble to find a new car for him. Rickhead started 21st and once again does not need much time to get to the front. Rickhead takes the lead and does not look back, taking his second win of the day. And with that, here is your starting lineup for the 2015 Smash Beer 200. Starting shotgun on the field in the number 82 Fatherland Vodka Tremwell, Radomir Stanichev. Despite crashing out of his qualifier, Stanichev was awarded the promoter's option, which we were not aware was being done coming into this weekend, and we think it would make a bit more sense to give it to somebody like hometown hero Kurt Walker or Tammy Barnton, who won this race last year. Anyway, starting 41st in the number 83 Lucky 777 Cola Leonard, Brad Carlisle, the winner of the rookie shootout. He crashed in his qualifier, as you saw a while ago, but he will start the race in his sister Sarah's Super Series car. Starting 40th in the number 50 Cicero and White Rock Construction Leonard, Gabriel Messina, who initially failed to qualify, but he will be replacing his teammate Ross Carter to start his second year of FARC competition. Starting 39th, driving the number 590 Ron Oil Leonard, Mark Thompson. Gulf Motorsports has been struggling with funding issues despite their deal with Ron Oil. They had very little pace in the first B main, but thanks to the attrition rate, Thompson was able to squeak his way in. Starting 38th, driving the number 3 Voltson Battery Zisani, Laura Cyrus. Cyrus returns to Motor Assault Racing this year along with teammate Kiki Hitsuno, who did fail to qualify for this race, but the team says to expect them to show up and be a threat at the road courses this year. Starting 37th, driving the number 9 Cerno Anti-Freeze SAR, Taylor Brillen, who won the pole for this race last year, but she's got a lot of ground to make up this time around. Starting 36th, driving the number 92 Fat Man Bolden, Carlo DePreto, who finds a home at Bjorn Green Racing this year. He was sacked from Tom Delgado's team in 2014, but now he joins Bjorn Green alongside Delgado's wife, Ashley Tucker. That could get interesting. Starting 35th, driving the number 09 Because It's Blue Field Turf SAR, Toronto's Jay Rivers, who finished 6th in the rookie shootout. Starting 34th, driving the number 5 Knuckles Sandwiches SAR, Mike Malone, who won 2 races in what is now the Super Series last year. Starting 33rd, driving the number 777 Lucky 777 Cola Leonard, Lucy Barnton. We last saw Barnton in a FARC car a couple years ago where she almost won at Mosport, but now she's back for the Smash Beer 200. Starting 32nd, driving the number 22 Coda Electric Leonard, Makoto Yamada, who finally broke through and grabbed a couple victories last year. Starting 31st in the number 6 Group 6 Security Leonard, Luther Austin, the second of 3 Super Series drivers in today's race. Starting in 30th, driving the number 07 Steel Hawk SAR, Anthony Griffith, who returns for a partial schedule with Team Thunder this year. Starting 29th, driving the number 11 Strickland Propane Leonard, Robert Leckleiter. Starting 28th, driving the number 47 Jinx Racing car, Trey Ashby. Starting 27th, driving the number 63 Zing Energy SAR, 2011 Series champion Kevin Monroe. Starting 26th, in the number 88 Thunderline Motors Nemoto, Kelly Posadas, who returns for her second full year of FARC competition. Starting 25th, driving the number 30 Sprayed Automotive Finishes SAR, Evan Goodman, who finished 9th in the rookie shootout for Flying High Motorsports. Starting 24th, in the number 24 Liberty Lakoya, Libby Bell. Starting 23rd, In the number 2 Smash Beer Lennard, Jason Bate, who returns to Pearson Sweeney Motorsports, and the iconic number 2. Starting 22nd in the number 26 Matador Lennard, Danica Hollifield, making her FARC debut this weekend. Starting 21st in the number 08 CSO and Ruby's Diner SAR, Brian Sendak. Starting 20th, driving the number 17 Allison Becker Lennard, CYRUS LATERZA, replacing the retired Joseph Howard at Tom Delgado Racing. Starting 19th, driving the number 71 Buckeye Latinum Foundry Zisani, Packer Carroll, making his return to full-time FARC competition. Starting in 18th, driving the number 86 Bloody X Lennard, Ryan Griffin. This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley is starting in 17th in the Octosoft SAR numbered 427. Stanley Parsons won the Super Series race earlier today. Starting 16th, driving the number 8 Greaseburger Lennard, Lucas Sweeney, who will be running a partial schedule in the Elite Series this year while he pursues the Modified Championship. Starting 15th in the number 10 Binford Tools Lennard, Dan Leckleiter. Starting in 14th, driving the number 25 Calvert Ignitions and White Rock Construction Lennard, Luke Pellerin. Starting in 13th, driving the number Pi Motor Math and Ted's Chinese Takeout Inglesby, Michael Madrigal. Starting in 12th, driving the number 02 Christoph and Tucker Racing Lennard, Thomas Tucker. There isn't a whole lot of funding behind that 02 car, but Tucker did a great job clawing his way up from the C mains. Starting in 11th, in the number 61 Tiffany Blues SAR, defending FARC Elite Series fueled by Smash Beer champion Ryan Matthews. Starting in 10th, driving the number 45 Freedom Missiles Lennard, Harry S. Enola. Enola makes the move over to Tom Delgado Racing for this season. Starting in 9th, in the number 37 Defender Muffler Systems Lennard, 2014 ASCC champion Tom Delgado. Always a fan favorite, Delgado returns to hunt down the FARC title. Starting in 8th, driving the number 7 Key Aftermarket SAR, Bob Steffens. Starting in 7th, driving the number 41 Supercharged Energy Lakoya, Zach Webster. Starting in 6th, driving the number 62 Kedzie SAR, Carter Fitzgerald in the second Matthews car. Starting in 5th, in the number 12 Lone Ranger Lakoya, Reed Bullitt. Starting in 4th, driving the number 03 CRPR Explosive SAR, Rick Head. Rick Head has made a very big first impression in his FARC debut, winning both of his qualifying races. Starting in 3rd, in the number 16 Leapin' Lizard Lakoya, 2012 Series champion Rip Tyler. And now, here are the drivers on the front row for the Smash Beer 200. Starting in 2nd, driving the number 38 Spinner Rotors Lennard, Ike Durbin. He will replace his cousin Riley, who again was not medically cleared to start the 200. And finally, on the Carl's Superstores pole, driving the number 64 Flassus and B Magazine SAR, Leslie Riggs. Riggs, sporting a new look on that 64, grabs M&J Racing's second consecutive pole for this race. And of course, with only 42 cars starting the race, there is a long, long list of drivers who will be going home. And there are a lot of familiar names on this list. Riggs, Pearson, Tucker, Bigsby, Foote. But that just goes to show you how difficult it is to get through these qualifying races, even if you are one of the heavy hitters. Kurt Walker and all three of his cars are going home. I still think that he would have been the shoo-in for the promoter's option, but I guess not. There you see Ross Carter's name on screen. He initially made it, but he's giving up his spot for teammate Gabriel Messina, and I think it's only appropriate that Truman Ellison's name is last on this list, as he was around last place on speed. There is your starting field for the 2015 Smash Beer 200, which will get underway very shortly. And we will see you then, right here on OEN.